I'm Shay.
And I'm Sammy, and we're vivacious and vulgar. I'm just gonna chop it. We've been gone for about 3 weeks. Three? It hasn't been a month, has it?
In a minute.
It's been a cool minute.
Been over a month, babe.
Yeah, we're doing it via Zoom because I'm a quarantine girl right now. No big deal. I went to Florida trying to be a city girl, and it's okay. So virtually for this week's episode, I want to start off by playing this cool game I found called Skin Deep. You can't see Skin Deep, or it's called. There's an actual name of the actual company. It's called Share Humanity. It's super cute. I'm like, wow.
There we go. Rethink how you connect.
Yes. So there's a friend version of it. So I'm like, oh, that's cute for the podcast. So we're gonna do two questions. I've been shuffling them. I'm not very good at shuffling, but hopefully it did something. The first question is, oh, this is cute. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be and why?
I guess you got that one right now. First.
Why do I have that one first?
Hey, babe. I love you. Be safe. You want me to go first?
Yes, I would like for you to go first.
Oh, man. Hold on. I got. Okay. So, my dream job and why? Oh my God. I would be a singer.
You love singing.
I love to sing. Oh my God. It's definitely like a hidden power that I have. A lot of people don't know that I do it, or like, I guess because I've been doing it for so long, passively, and never like been so serious or told someone I was serious about actually pursuing it. That when I do, it's like it's just like a Shayla thing, or like she's just singing. But
Yeah.
Definitely a singer, performer, whatever. Traveling, sharing music. I don't know how to write music. I don't know how to read music, but I love to sing. So definitely would be a part of the plan to be one.
Yeah.
But I definitely did write a lot when I was younger. They weren't necessarily songs. I wrote a lot of poems. You can turn those into songs.
Definitely.
But yeah, dream job. I love it. I literally go on late drives when I need to be alone by myself. And all I want to do is just sing my heart out.
Yeah.
Like, there's songs and every whatever the case may be. So, definitely my dream job.
Singing Shay. How cute.
Okay.
Interesting. My dream job. That's hard. I feel like honestly I have like a piece of my. Can you hear me?
Just say, I said I got multiple.
Oh, okay. You want to say another one?
No, go ahead. No,
Oh.
you say yours. Or
Um honestly right now I think that I kind of have my dream job. Well, working towards it, like paying for my life, but I think my company is definitely a dream job that I didn't necessarily know was a dream of mine until I created it.
fell into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just like helping people. I feel like I've been more of like a publicist more than anything, and I think that fits because publicists basically just help entertainers get to where they want to go, and that's basically what I do. Um, so yeah, I think that's cool, and also I think that I would be like a therapist or something too. I used to want to be a social worker slash therapist, and then I realized like they don't get paid very much, and it's a very selfless job. But I think definitely I could be like some type of therapist.
I don't think that they don't get paid enough. I just think that the emotional
It's very taxing emotionally, yeah, for sure.
it's the give and take is not there. Like it's not equal.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's love the ocean, love the deep ocean the most. Where the sun don't shine, where the sun can't reach. My favorite animals down there. My other favorite animal, the vampire squid's down there. If I could totally do research on the vampire squid and dolphins for the rest of my life, I'd be totally fine.
I've never heard of a vampire squid. What do they do?
Oh my God, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna look up one.
The fact that you got so excited, I can't.
Let's see. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Can y'all see my screen? Let me know in the comments if I can see my screen. And if you know what a vampire squid is, let me know.
LMAO at Disney Plus. What a life.
We can really be friends because it's an absolutely beautiful squid. Very unique squid.
Is it one of the ones that like kill people? Oh no, it's not.
Pretty sure if you're down there, but you wouldn't even make it down there in peace. As whole, you'd blow up.
Okay.
Because the pressure is so deep. So they've only been able to send certain type of submarines down that can handle the pressure, but you'd make it down as snow. So when some thank you for coming to my little TED talk about vampires. We're so fucking cute. First of all, no, I'm not. Most sea animals are pretty cute though. Most sea animals are pretty cute.
There's a few. I'm like, that's a face only a mother could love.
Yeah,
okay.
definitely like the blobfish. I don't know if they call it the blobfish. Kind of looks like it has a human face, but it's like
Yeah, I've seen it there. Oh,
and like if you were to hold it, like it'd just drip through your hands. Like,
I don't want that.
You know, it's crazy though. It's crazy that you see so much diversity and to understand too that we've only discovered, I think, 7% of our oceans.
Wow.
So we don't know what the hell out there. Megalodon.
Well, maybe they need you out there, you know, really exploring for us. No, okay. Okay. Second question is, ooh, this is deep. What's your secret fear when it comes to finances?
You go first, buddy.
Secret fear. I guess having it and losing it and not being able to get it back. Like, I think money definitely, obviously, it flows. I'm going to manifest. It flows abundantly as it has. But, you know, definitely one of those things that you could really lose it and it just never be able to get back to where you was at. So I think that's a fear or a concern for sure.
I guess mine is basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think just not being able to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like getting where you want to be and then having it stripped away and being in an even lesser position than you were before.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Growing up. Like I think we definitely know what the struggle is. And to be anything below that, that's scary.
Yeah.
You know, to see people who, like, I've met people who literally have told me their stories of, you know, I did have it all. I had the fancy car, I had this, and I had that, and now they're homeless. Like, it's like this, and they're like, the switch is so quick.
Yeah.
And you can end up there in so many different ways. And a lot of people told me, not a lot of people, but this one had told me it was because of debt. She was like, I just couldn't get myself out of debt, and I just didn't know how to handle my finances, and I just kept putting myself more in debt.
Yeah.
And I just ended up having everything taken away from me because I couldn't pay it back. And, you know, put strain on your family and all that. But she was like, I'm slowly but surely working back up to it. Like, I'm out here. Yes, I asked for change and stuff, but it's like, you know, I'm just adding it as a part of our quote unquote savings. And, you know, I'm in the shelter and da da da. So it's like trying to get her life back, but it's heartbreaking.
No, definitely.
So
it's a really hard situation to be in. Yeah. So, you know, trying to work and put myself in a position where I won't have that and my future kids and my family and all that. But yeah.
That's also scary too though.
Yeah.
To like not be able to help your family either. So like if somebody else was to fall into that type of trap and you not being financially stable to help them out too and keep their head above water.
Yeah, no, I think about that often. Definitely with like me being the oldest with my brother and sister. Yeah, definitely making sure I'm in a spot for them because they're so much younger than me. Like anything could happen between now and by the time they get to college. Like so, definitely something to think about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, wow, this game is so cute. I like it. Deep questions.
I know, it is cute.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Do you
and
want
not
to Yeah. Do you want to introduce our topic for the day?
yes, our topic is space. Taking up space. Do you take up enough? Could you take up more? Do you take up too little?
Mm, what do you feel about your space? Do you feel like you take up enough or too much?
It really depends on the situation. I think growing up in terms of like friendships, and I feel like I've talked to you about this before too. Like when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to conversations, especially in high school with friends and stuff, um, or when we just be talking in general. I feel like I took up space in terms of talking. Like I'm definitely a talker. Um, but all of that has came out of, I guess, to some extent, like trauma to some
Yeah.
extent. Silence to me is very uncomfortable because I feel like I've had to sit, when I've grown up and I had to grow up a lot faster than what I wanted to, there was a lot of silence. And so
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's like it takes me back to those type of days where I feel like I couldn't say anything, or I had to sit in my whatever was going on, and my voice wasn't heard or couldn't be heard or didn't want to be heard. So
Yeah.
as I got older, that manifested into me over talking or taking up talking spaces
Mm-hmm.
and not listening more. So in terms of that, I think I've gotten a lot better at it. I just letting people talk and vent. And
Is it something that you have to think about though? Like be like, oh, let me listen, or is it just like now natural?
no, it's natural now.
Mm-hmm.
Natural for me to just sit and just listen, and then even ask the question of, did you want me to tell you my opinion, or did you just want me to listen to you? Um, it's natural now, but I do find myself thinking about it like, oh, Shayla, good pal, like not just, trying to, I think it's just natural for people to make connections. When you hear
Mm-hmm.
something within a conversation that can be relatable to the next person and they're venting to you, I feel like you automatically want to share it so the person doesn't feel like they're alone. But that could also be damaging to the other person because it's like, okay, we're not here to talk about your experience, we're here to talk about mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had that interaction. I know I've never felt that way when you vented or told me about a situation or whatever. I'm not sure if you felt that way when I've talked to you, or stopped you from talking. I've never personally felt that way, but I definitely like to open it and ask people if I've ever made them feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, I don't think you've ever made me feel that way. But I think in a lot of ways we just get each other conversation wise, like we always have since the moment we met. So I don't think I've ever felt that way. Um, and I think you do a good job of listening. Even when we were in high school, and I do think you talked more, it was never like a I'm it was never like a I'm trying to out talk you, or like I'm listening to you with the intent to respond. Like I don't feel that way with you. Um yeah. And I think you say you feel like you took up more space years back. I feel like you take up more space now that you're quiet. Or like you're not quiet, but less talkative in a way.
mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I don't take up space in the my professional world. I'm one of those people where I'm like, if I don't like what you're doing, I'm just going to let you do you and let you think that what you're doing is right and move on with my life and continue to do what I do on the low.
Yeah.
And just tell you yeah in your face when I know differently.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, but up until recently, I had to let my job know you are not going to be set up here, girl. I had to let them know through text message because they came at me foul. Basically, talking about my time off. Um, talking about my time off and how the company has been very accommodating to my time requests off, because I saw on the schedule that they put me for Monday, but I'm off on Mondays. I've been off on Mondays since you've hired me. So my standpoint was, why would you schedule for on Monday if I didn't put in my time request off? Why would I put in my time request off a day that I'm already off?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? Like, I just was trying to understand. And they're like, you've been very accommodating. I was like, fix it. I don't work on Mondays. You can look at the entire schedule. I've never worked Monday. So why would you schedule me now that I didn't include in my time off request when I usually don't work that day anyway? So it makes no sense to include that day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never there on that day. And they're like, yeah, the company's just been very accommodating. You having a turn off. And I was like, prior to my last text, prior to hire, I told you my October was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to switch my life around because I got a job. Period. I'm not going to do that. I deserve to have these days off that was already premeditated. Like, I'm not going to switch that off now because I have a job so you can work me, and be somewhere that half the time, not that I don't want to be, I actually really enjoy my job right now, but management makes it harder to enjoy it because it's one of those positions where they put you in a position where customers can override you because they know management. And so, like, what's the point of me even be here? You should stand here then.
Yeah.
Because if people can go, I can call this person, I can call that person, or where is he at, or whatever, and I don't be telling people where people be at anyway. Yeah. So if you find him, cool. If you don't, it won't be through me. But it's just one of those things. So I definitely had to do a per my last email.
Period.
And let them know, like, I've been staying 2+ hours past the time that I was supposed to be here, and I've been here since 1. I've been there since 1 to closing before. Closing, we don't close at 11 until 11, sometimes 12.
Yeah.
Bro, like, where was my accommodation in?
I feel like that has made you take up space, like just being very strong and like, this is not what we talked about. Like, you need to fix it.
Yeah, and they've messed up my schedule plenty of times. Really, it was one of those moments of clarity for me because I kept rewriting the message over and over again. I really did. I kept rewriting the message over and over again because part of me was like, Shayla, you don't got to go there. Like, that's stuff that you say in person.
Yeah.
But I got tired of someone coming out the side of their neck to me in text. So Greg was like, send it.
Yeah.
Let them have it. As long as it's professional, send it. You're tired of the BS. And from now on, they're probably not even going to get you at the end of the day in terms of her stuff needs to be right.
Yeah. And they know better. That's the thing.
Yeah. And it gave me clarity because now my stuff is right. Ever since then, I've been getting the thank you so much, Shayla, and right? And to some extent, I feel like there's been like a switch in the behavior after I said that. Like, it's sad that somebody has to do that in order for you to understand and take them seriously. And so, I guess just in the grand scheme of this entire talk that I've had, like, in terms of taking up space and letting people know where you stand right away, like, you just have to sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like to be that person. Like, I'm definitely respectful and all the time, or whatever case may be, and super nice about stuff and super sweet. But it's like, people really do be taking advantage of that. And I feel like it can be an unconscious thing, I'm starting to really think that it's a part of the human psyche to do so. Like, to detect weakness and then play on it.
Absolutely.
It's really sad. It's really sad. But, I feel like people get different jobs for different reasons, and I'm starting to think that I have this job for different reasons. But yeah, I've definitely had to take up space there and assert myself more than what I wanted to. I wanted to be who I was. I'm not an assertive person all the time. I don't want to be. I shouldn't have to be. It makes me uncomfortable to some extent to really like hit that hard line of like, this is what it needs to be.
Yeah.
You mess up, you mess up. It's human error. We're humans. But if you gonna sit up here and try to make it like it's on me, oh no, we gonna cut that out. I don't have time. You don't have to laugh at me. So in that sense, I've taken up space that way. Yeah. I think mine is pertaining to in terms of we kind of switch roles. I used to be the very quiet one back then, be like, Samaya. She used to be like, no, this is what it's going to be. Like, this is what I asked for, and this is what it needs to be, versus now, I'm that person, and she's like, Shayla. And I'm like, no. Yikes. What I asked for. And this is what I need.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't need it that way, so.
How the tables have turned.
Yes. But still, I think you're very assertive. You definitely will go. I think you have you extend grace more. Like it's not like a hard F you or you just got it wrong and now like I just don't put you at all. It's more of like, okay, fix it.
I'm quick to do that. Like, yeah, I don't like that.
Thank you. You know,
that literally that's me. That's me. No, I literally had that conversation with can you hear me? Because you're going in and out.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm in and out.
It just started like right now. The person I'm dating right now, I think in relationships I am not as assertive because what you want, another will. So I don't be tripping too hard. It's whatever.
Another will.
What you won't do, another for sure will. And so I don't trip too hard. Like if I have an attitude, I'll talk about you in a group chat and go about my day. It's not that big of a deal. But like specifically a few weeks ago, like I had told him, I said, I don't like that you do this. What did he do? The next day he did it. I said, so I got to his house and I was like, I was cool, calm and collected. We was sitting there and I was sitting like behind him while he was like in front of me watching TV or whatever he was doing. And I literally got up, pulled the chair up next to him and I said, so you remember what I said to you last night, right? And he was like, yeah. I said, so why did you do it again? And he was like, oh. I was like, I don't want to argue with you. I said, I'm not going to fuss with you because I hate nagging and I hate complaining. I was like, I'm not going to fuss with you. But I said, what was your thought process? And he was like, you're upset. I said, I am. But it was real like calm, but I was definitely extending grace. But I was like, look.
We're going to handle it because it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and I don't like yelling. Like I hate like yelling and going back and forth. That bothers me. But definitely extend grace. But take up space. Very important. Especially at work. Let them hoes know. Thank the Lord. I'm so happy I haven't had to see nobody from work.
I got some stuff to tell you, girl, because I'm about ready to snatch all of them.
Don't do it.
Let me snatch all of them. But we can definitely have that chat after this because we'll be here for 2 hours talking. I ain't even worked there that long. Yeah. And all the shenanigans could be over 2-hour talk with different scenarios. Oh, that should tell you something. Yeah, it's crazy. Scenarios. But yeah, take a space. Don't be afraid to assert yourself in the workplace. I feel like that's where people really try you, especially when you may not be on somebody else's level. You're not a manager. You're not this. You're not the CEO or whatever the case may be. But I feel like everybody deserves the same amount of respect and courtesy as someone who's the CEO. Like,
yeah,
there should be no change in tone, anything like that when it comes to issues. There shouldn't be. If you have an issue, just tell me. Or if you want something done differently, just tell me. There's no reason to get disrespectful, get frustrated if you're already frustrated, because that'll get your lips snatched off. Messing with me. So.
And that is where the vulgar comes in, guys, and vivacious and vulgar. You will get your lips snatched off.
So if you are that person who gets frustrated at work and then take your frustration on other people, check yourself. Because you might throw one day and they'll sock you and quit. Because I'm definitely one of those people.
Yikes.
I'll snatch your lips off and go and quit. Send me my check.
I've taught you so well. So
actually, Medea, I didn't mail my work up in here. Don't mail me no check. I want my money right now.
She's insane.
Because I'm tired of y'all. But yeah, don't be that person.
No, take up space at all. And I think it's important, especially for Black women. Because I personally have never felt like anywhere I've worked like, oh, I gotta like dim myself as a woman of color. If anything, I was just like, yeah, I just happen to be the only one of me in the room. But it doesn't mean what I say doesn't hold substance. It just has to be said a different way. But yeah, definitely I understand as a woman of color or as a Black woman just being like, you don't want to say something because you're already, the odd one out or the only one of you in the room, or you don't want to be perceived a certain way. Forget all that. Forget it. It's too many things going on in the world for you to hold on to something.
Mm-hmm. And people don't care about making you uncomfortable.
They don't. So why should you make them comfortable?
Exactly. People really don't care. So if you're going to bring that light in, because the people who don't care, honestly, be the petty people, the people who are the shitty ones at work, or whatever the case may be, don't be in the business of making other people comfortable, especially if you've been uncomfortable. No, it's time to cut that out. It's hard, especially when I feel like people of color have always been in that space. We're always put in that space unconsciously, and I think at this point we also subconsciously just do it. No, I don't want to step on your toes. Like, it's going to be read wrong anyway, so why even say it? Or I'm going to have to explain myself probably 10 times over more than the next person. So why even do it or even have that type of energy? But it's all about picking and choosing your battles at the same time too. When you got something to say it.
Period.
And if you got to explain yourself 10,000 times, you don't have to explain yourself 10,000 times. If the person doesn't get it, you don't get it. Sorry. There's no other way for me to explain it. Because we don't even get that extended courtesy.
Yeah.
If we're not going to get it, then we're just not going to get it. So if we don't get it, we don't get it.
Period.
It's not my issue. It's not my job to skill you up. I think there's definitely a fine line between like supporting yourself and supporting someone else. Like, maybe you're not a person who, texts or, calls people all the time, but I'm definitely going to hit you up to always hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, some people say, I just feel like there's just a lot of things in social media and other places where people are like, if your friend doesn't do this or that, or then are they really your friend and stuff? And to some extent it's true, and then to some extent it's not. Everybody's different. Everybody supports in a different way. Everybody consoles you in a different way. It's kind of like love languages.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect, if my love language is getting gifts, or giving gifts, I don't expect you to, or is it the other way around? Getting gifts. If it makes my heart soar to get gifts, and you know that as my partner, I'm not going to expect you. Yeah, isn't that way around? Am I tripping?
Say that one more time.
I got it wrong. When you talk about love language, like your love language, it would be, if I say my love language is gifting, like it would be me giving gifts, not accepting gifts, correct?
No, accepting gifts. Like you like to know that you or to feel loved, you like receiving gifts. No, I think
Yeah.
honestly it can go both ways because like
Okay.
mine is quality time, so it's like yeah, like
Okay. Cool.
I want you to spend time with me. I want
Well, we struggling, so let us know in the comments what it is, what you think it is. But that's how I see it. Like everybody's love language is different. I don't expect my partner to have what mine is. Like if I know his is, like you said, quality time, and it very much is, and being able to understand him and what he's going through, or taking the time to sort through it
yeah,
with him. You know, um, if that's how he is, then that's how he is. I don't need him to always like repost my video or whatever the case may be. Like I know that's just not him. He's not even a social media person.
yeah.
So it's like, what are your expectations of your friends, or to some extent, are they unrealistic? You know, like, are they unrealistic for the type of person that they are? For example, me, I know that I suck at texting. I suck. I will forget.
She
I
does,
do a
guys.
lot of
She
things.
does.
I do. But so do you. You leave me on red hella lot, and I know you leave me on red, even though I got an Android.
Don't
You
do
got
that because I
I
definitely
be
be like, hey, and then it'd be 3 days later, what's up, girl? I'd be like, okay, Shayla, I definitely was
better. I
dying.
no, okay.
So that's
Yes,
crazy.
you definitely have gotten better, but I don't think you're a texting person either. You
I'm
left me
not,
on red for
but
like
I'm
a good
better than you at
4 days
texting.
after I told you that I loved you, after I dropped off your mug to you, and I was like, wow. I just let her know how much I appreciate her. She definitely did text me back. And then you know when you did what you did later on, I said, okay, cool. I just want to be acknowledged.
Yes,
But
we
because I
both
know
are.
you, it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me.
Yes. It doesn't bother me, but I just be like, girl, like I could be dying. Like just respond to me really quick.
Well, call 911. You can't call me. You know
That's
it.
not the plan. Ride or die. I thought we was in this.
I thought we talked about that. We weren't ride or die
Oh,
people.
I'm not dying. I want it to be very clear
I
that
will
I'm
ride
not.
for you.
I will ride a few things, but die we are not doing, and I need
Yeah,
that
I
to
have a
be
whole
very
life to
clear.
live. If I gotta
I'm
carry y'all
not
around
dying.
myself,
I
I'm
just
not
don't feel
dying.
like why am I in a situation like what are we doing that we gonna die? Like I just first I want to know. Like it's one of those situations where it's like who all gonna be there? Like if somebody gonna be there that's gonna kill you, why are we going? Confused. I'm not a ride or die chick. I just not.
Yeah, and I just don't
Never
think we ever
been.
put ourselves in that situation. I'd be like, it's time to go. Like,
It's time to go. Were you with
um,
me and Sharon? Oh, you weren't there. There was literally this night, this party we went to was they was shooting. Niggas was shooting. I said, girl. First of all, ghetto. Second of all, I can't do it. It's time to go. It's time to go.
ghetto.
I was like, girl, we was in the hood, like in the hood, like
Dude,
past my house.
because I know they went to that party. It was the three of us. It was like in our backyard.
Yeah, okay, so it was the same people that put on that party,
Oh, okay,
and
but
we
it was
went.
different. Okay.
Yes, it was a different time, and they were shooting. I was like, girl, this is about to turn into Boys in the Hood,
That's
and
how
I'm
we
just
run out
like,
like this to the car.
I was just like, no. But yes, no, I think it's important, yeah, showing up for yourself and knowing how to show up for people. Like I have this friend right now, and every time I talk to her, she always apologizes to me for not being a good friend. Thank you. um she apologizes to me for not being a good friend, and I always think it's funny because it's like my love language is just like checking in on people occasionally. Like I can't be on the phone with you every day, like I just don't, there's not enough of me to go around. But like if I check on you, just like, hey, like, what's going on, if you need to talk, let's make it happen. um but she is not that friend. She literally, like, I won't hear from this girl for months at a time, but I don't take it personally because I know how she is. But every single time she talks to me, she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm such a bad friend. I'm like, girl, it's okay. But also, I think what makes me still be her friend is her acknowledging, like, she knows, like, she's messing up the church's money and not getting back
Mm-hmm.
to me. But it's like, it's okay. She shows up when I think it counts. So it's okay.
I am very particular about my food, y'all. I really am.
Y'all about to turn in this a new segment.
Turn your head like that. She said, "Don't even come for my life."
I wish I had nails because I would snap that all the way up. Y'all. So when we get into Bay, which we would do before the year is up, you guys will see how picky this woman is. Child,
Not picky in particular.
I done been through the Red Sea. I done seen a lot of things, but picky. This one right here will make the Pope drink. She will make the Pope cuss. Like particular. like I done been in different time zones and came back with her and been like, child, I ain't ever in my life.
It is not that bad. It's really not that bad. And if you're one of those people who don't like to down people like that, I don't care. I'm not going to take something if I'm paying for it. I'm not going to do that. There's definitely been people that's just like, yeah, if you do that, we can't go to a restaurant together. I'm sorry that you like your food. You like your food certain way, which is technically can be no way. Yeah. A lot of people can like their food who don't like a particular way. Other people do.
That's fair.
So if you don't like to dime people like that, I think that's just unfair. But you know, I don't want to dime with you anyway. Period. And nor does other people who are like me don't want to dime with you either. That's so don't invite us. We are not butthurt.
That's just what it is.
Hey, if I gotta pay my money, put my money up there, my hard-earned money, and I just had a whole segment within the segment talking about my job and what I gotta go through, I'm definitely going to spend my money on the things that I want. If it don't come out correct, I'm sending it back. It's not what I asked for. Especially when you heard at the table. That's what I asked for, and I definitely go on the table. You heard me say that, right? You heard me say that? Cool. So, fix it. Again, fix it.
You right. I can't argue. You're right. Go off.
But you know, you got things that you're picky about too, so we can get into
like
that.
What? Let's get into it.
I could literally go to take a bite, or she could lick it and go, "That's not good."
Don't do me. Don't do that.
And this is how she pushed the plate away.
Yo, don't do that.
We have been in Lazy Dog and she has done that. We've definitely been there. I can name a few places we've been. You'll go, "That's not good." And you'll go ahead and scoot it right off to the front. And then when I come back and go, "So that's not good. Can I switch it for something else?" Like, she wants a customer where she knows already what she wants to be done. You know, certain people tell you that they don't like something, and then if you ever worked as a waitress, you're like, okay, what the hell you want me to do? Like, take it out your way? Like, you want to remake? No, Smiley's like, "That's not good. I'm going to get something else off the menu to replace it. But you can take it off the bill. Thank you." Annoying.
I don't say it like that. I don't want people to think I'm like a rude person. I'm just very like, okay, like what are we gonna do here? Like, I don't like it. You work here. Can you fix it? Like, it's a very easy process. Let's get this going. It's very easy. I have worked in a restaurant. I know how it works.
Y'all? The next time she do it and we go out, I'm definitely gonna film it. Wow. And we're gonna put it in. I'm gonna go, remember when we talked on that one episode how Samaya is at restaurants and she wanna bring up me? Boom. Keep watching.
It's just, I just like things a specific way.
Okay. So do I.
I like my food how I like my men. Very specific, very particular, and I like it to be good. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I like my men. I hate you.
What was something that was triggering for you this week that you want to talk about?
Something that was triggering for me this week. Oh, that. This week. Today is Monday. The new week just started. Today for me was actually yesterday. Sunday's the start of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer could get my dream car for this
Oh,
week.
why?
It was in an accident, so they couldn't give it to me. So, but that's okay. I kind of saw it as a sign to some extent in terms of like God said, you're not ready yet, because for those of you who don't know, Shayla likes to ghost ride the whip. And so I'm definitely one of those people where get the hell out my way.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be slow in the slow lane. Don't be over here in my way. So,
Oh, okay.
or have the common
She said
courtesy to
in
get
my
over.
way. Yikes.
Yeah, or get over. You know, some people like to stay in lanes and
Mm.
have heck of room in front of them, but they have a little room to get over to let the other person behind them go. I don't like people like that, but I'm definitely not one of those people. If there's hella room on the freeway and you're flying behind me, I'm not getting over for you. You can just change lanes. You have plenty of room. Nothing but space and opportunity. So move.
You are wild. My friend is
So,
wild,
yeah.
guys.
So that was, I kind of said that sign as God going, you know, Shayla, like, we just need a little more development. I've been working on my patience. I really have. And I've been really patient. So, she's going. So it's okay. But yeah, that was triggering for me because that was my only birthday wish for me. I turned 23 on the 23rd. So my only wish was to rent my dream car just to see
Ah.
if I really wanted it. And that didn't happen. So it's okay, but it's okay. Just being 23, just making it to another year was a blessing. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to take it with grace. Try
As you should.
to. And you, triggering for these 2 days? Or last
Um.
week?
Oh yeah, cause it's only Tuesday, huh? Or
Mm-hmm.
Monday. No, nothing. I've been in the house, y'all. Just chilling like a villain. No complaints. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is our
Yes.
first Zoom podcast. But yes, we'll
Probably our
see.
first and last.
Yeah, probably our first and last. But we will see you guys very soon.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Sammy.
I'm Shayla. Shay, don't come for me in the
Yes.
comments going Shayla. Don't do that.
And we will see you guys soon. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Yes.